Imagine you meet someone from 50,000 years ago. He looks at you, sizes you up, and asks one question. What do you do? You think for a second. Then you explain your job. You tell him about the emails, the meetings, the deadlines, the spreadsheets, the Slack messages, the quarterly reviews. The KP is. He stares at you for a long time. Then he asks one more question. But what do you make? And you realize that you're not sure how to answer that. For 300,000 years, every human being on Earth had a job that made complete sense. You went out, you did something physical, and something real appeared in the world. Then we invented offices. Let's see what he thinks. First, understand how he thinks about work. In his world, every action had a direct, visible, physical result. You hunt, you eat, simple. You gather berries, the group has food tonight. You build a shelter, the rain doesn't kill you. Every single thing he did connected directly to survival. There was no gap between effort and outcome. No middleman, no abstraction. If you worked, something existed afterward that didn't exist before. Meat, fire, shelter, tools. He wouldn't have a word for career. He wouldn't understand industry. The concept of working for small metal discs that you later trade for food you didn't catch? That alone would take a week to explain. But he'd listen, he'd try. So let's walk him through a typical Monday. We start with the most common job on the planet. Everyone is sitting, completely still, staring at glowing rectangles. He watches for a while. One person types something, sends it somewhere, waits. Reads something that came back, types again. Another person stands up, walks to a room, sits down with other people. They talk about what? About a document, about a meeting they had last week about the document, about scheduling another meeting to discuss what they said in this meeting about the document. At the end of the day, he pulls you aside. He wants to understand. He's genuinely trying. You were in there all day. Where's the food? You explain that you get paid, and with the money you buy food. So you moved words, and someone gave you tokens, and you trade the tokens for meat you didn't catch. And this takes 8 hours? Multitasking, collaboration, productivity, syncing with stakeholders, aligning on priorities, managing up. He listens to every word. Then he asks if any of those things produce food. No shelter, no fire, no. He wouldn't say it with contempt. He'd say it with pure, honest confusion. Because in his world, if it took 8 hours to find food, something had gone seriously wrong with the hunt. Now things get complicated. He observes carefully. The manager doesn't type, doesn't design anything, doesn't build anything, doesn't talk to customers, doesn't produce any visible output at all. What does he do? He walks around, he goes to meetings. He tells other people what to do and how to do it. He sends emails about what he told people in the meetings. He has one-on-ones to talk about what was said in the emails about the meetings. At the end of the day, nothing new exists in the world, same as yesterday. But 12 conversations happened about how to make things exist better tomorrow. That one. He is the chief? You explain that yes, technically he leads the team. What did he catch today? Nothing, you say. That's not really his job. What did he build? Nothing. He manages people. In his world, the leader was the person who was best at the most important thing. The best hunter, the wisest elder, the person who had proven it. You followed them because you had watched them do it. The idea of a leader who leads entirely through words, who has maybe never done the job he's managing. He'd watch the manager give feedback on a document. He'd watch the manager align stakeholders. He'd watch the manager cascade the strategy downward. He'd sit in a meeting where the manager says the word bandwidth 17 times without once referring to water. He'd watch the manager send a follow-up email about the meeting summarizing what was said so everyone could prepare for the next meeting. He is not the chief. He is just loud. This one breaks him. He watches. The person opens their phone, takes a photo of their lunch before eating it, edits the photo, adds text, posts it, then watches numbers go up. The food gets cold. The person films themselves explaining how to do something, then edits the video, then posts the video, then responds to comments about the video, then films a new video about how the first video performed. Nothing was made, no food, no shelter, no tools. But thousands of people watched. He asked you to explain what just happened. This person's job is to create content, to grow an audience, to build a brand, to drive engagement, to increase reach. He listens carefully. The food in the picture, who caught it? A restaurant, you say. And this person? They showed the food to strangers? And someone paid them for that? In his world, storytelling was one of the most important roles in the group. The person who could make others feel something, fear, hope, excitement, belonging, through words and performance around the fire. He'd see that same instinct in what the social media manager does. The impulse is ancient, completely ancient. But then the person films themselves unboxing a product and doing a paid promotion. The person holds up something they clearly didn't make, says nice things about it, smiles at the camera, posts it, gets paid. In his world, if someone told the group that a plant was safe to eat when it wasn't, people died. Trust was the most important currency in the tribe. You didn't fake it. You didn't perform it. Either you believed what you said, or you didn't say it. He stands up, picks up his spear, walks out of the building without another word. Not angry, just done. Here's what he'd say at the end of the day. Not angry, not superior, genuinely puzzled. He finds a step outside the building and sits down. Watches everyone pour out at 6 in the evening. Tired faces, phones already in hand. Getting into cars to drive home to apartments to eat food they ordered from strangers, delivered by someone else they'll never meet. He thinks about his own day. Up at dawn, hunt for 2 hours, eat with the group, rest in the afternoon. Talk around the fire at night, sleep 10 hours under open sky. He wouldn't think your job is meaningless. He'd see that the office worker remembered 1,000 details without writing them down. And that's exactly what his best hunters did. He'd see that the manager kept a group of people moving in the same direction. And that mattered in his world too. He'd see that the social media manager understood how stories move through a crowd, an ancient and powerful skill. He'd see that you show up every day, that you work with other people towards something shared. He'd respect the discipline, the consistency. He knew what it meant to show up when you didn't want to. But the system around you, the 8 hours, the performance reviews, the meetings about meetings, all of it built to produce outcomes that don't look anything like food or shelter or fire. That system he would find completely baffling. Not the people inside it. The people are trying. The people show up, do their part, take care of their families. The meetings about meetings. The managers managing managers. The content about content. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for 40 years. In exchange for the ability to survive in a world that made surviving this complicated. He stands up, looks at the building one last time, looks at the sky, starts walking. He wouldn't say we got it wrong. He'd say we got very, very far from where we started. And maybe, just maybe, he'd wonder if we even noticed. If this made you look at your Monday a little differently, hit like. Drop a comment. Which job do you think would break him the most? Office worker, manager, or social media manager? And if you want to see what else ancient humans would think about the way we live, subscribe. He's only just getting started.